This is a bit of a trick question. You got to think big box, Miles. Think big box here. What is the lamest and weakest Pokemon?
Psyduck.
No.
Nah, damn.
You know what the saddest, weakest Pokemon there is, Miles?
What's that?
Fucking Raichu. That little bitch.
Get that stone? Get that the Thunderstone out of my face.
Because if I said who's the weakest and shittiest gym leader, you know who it is easily, right? That is my slight gag.
I will break you. I will break you.
I will break you. Pika.
Bienvenidos, minasan. Welcome to yet another rousing episode of the Taco Otaku podcast. I'm your host, Miles. And of course, I guess today is a two-man pod with my brother Ray. Hi, Ray. How's it going?
It's going okay.
Today, it's a nice, chill, relax. We're going to talk about a couple, big video game topics on the news today. But we're going to have a little fun. We're going to also do some quizzes for each other to kind of, get us ready to go into, spring training. We're flexing our muscles, making sure. Ray's giving me this look like no. He's like, keep going with this. You just keep roll with it.
Oh, I'm just here, brother. I'm just here.
Without further ado, I guess we'll kick it off by going to our weeks. I'll start. This week, I'm also on the Final Fantasy VII Remake bandwagon.
Just in time.
Just to get in for our special episode, couple episodes from now. About
fingers crossed
on Rebirth. I guess I'm kind of curious what the last R is going to be, because I guess I'm assuming we're doing a lot of R's. Like, what was the last one be? Like, we're over?
They love their REs in Japan, don't they?
So a couple things, of course. I played Final Fantasy before. I never played 7, though.
I was going to say, but not 7.
But I did play 10, 12, 13. So I kind of a little bit know how
You're a
these
PS2
games,
man.
Yeah. So, I'm a little familiar with how these games work. But I guess the interesting thing about this game is, it is we're taking a very slow approach to this game. This game is, okay, no, that's kind of wrong. I want to say it's not a drag, but you can feel that we're taking our time to stroll around Midgard a little bit, looking at the sights.
I was going to ask you this as a person who's never played the original. How do you feel about the pacing?
I guess without context of what I guess with 7 is, I do like the breadth of like this world, like we are in a town, like different sections of like layers or whatever. Pretty much have a guy who's trying to be his best, trying to be as stoic as he can, but he's failing at it like constantly in this game. Trying to be more like, I am strong, I am Cloud, I'm a tough ex-soldier, and here I am, and slowly chip away at this whatever this facade is, and get the real like him just dealing with this nonsense that goes on in this game. Overall, I do appreciate. I kind of like going through each different section a little time. Though they're all pretty much, you can argue, but they're all the same section though. There's the higher plate stuff, and then the lower slums, I guess, down below. But we do breath each one's a little different. It's really especially when you're going through. I'm halfway. I think I'm in chapter 10 now,
which is
I just finished Don Carrero.
Something like that. Even I butchered last week.
And I'm in the sewers. That's where I'm at. And
okay.
Trying going back into sector 7.
So you got your dance shoes on and everything.
Yeah. That here's a hot second about that goofy mini game. I never seen a rhythm. I play a lot of rhythm mini games, right? I never see a most confusing interface for a bit. The dancing, because the lights are going out. You're trying to. You're supposed to watch Cloud do this thing, dancing with, I guess somehow Cloud knows how to dance, by the way. It's kind of very interesting. Like,
hey, first class soldier.
For soldiers, like,
how do you think you got to first class, Miles?
I just is that a part of the training manual? You must learn how to break down with the beat. Oh, okay. But, the interface is trying to, try and find the color buttons and trying to match it with the beat. Cause sometimes, if the lights going around, you're too busy trying to pay attention with.
You're looking at all the action happening,
and it's like,
all right, this is a mini game.
And all of a sudden, and prop will show up right behind the shoulder. Oh, you're supposed to press this right now. Wait, what? And
pay attention now.
I guess you get something out of it. At least I got music out of it. I guess I did it correctly.
There you go.
But that was an interesting way to do a mini game. A lot of this game is a lot of mini games also while
There's
we're
a
here.
couple of them.
I guess, but more. I guess you could feel. Okay, it's kind of bad to say padding, but you could feel like a little. There's a little extra, like we're taking a little detour here. Especially when you were going down with Aerith, going down to see Sector 5 and like try and go to the rooftops, like your Assassin's Creed or something like that.
Oh yes, yes.
And I got like, wow, this.
I thought you were gonna mention the Gundam arms.
And the big
That whole section, I was just like, I can't. I don't. Check, please. Check, please.
That section, I guess for that section, it's because I feel like I feel like because show us Sector 6. Oh, we don't go that Sector 6. That's just weird. So we're gonna take this way. Oh, okay.
The filler arc.
And then we end up going there anyway. So it's like a weird way how that kind of.
Which I wonder if that's how the original is. I want to say no, but I could be mistaken. It's been 20-something years.
Because Arrow's gonna tell us, oh, we don't go to Sector 6. That's a crazy place. That's what the I guess the red light district equivalent is or whatever. But we're gonna go there anyway because like reasons. The material mechanics kind of weird to get used to because I'm used to having I get like your class Final Fantasy, like this is my character class and he's gonna my spells are like Yuna does all the spells, right? Or like
right. Everyone's got their own designated role.
Well, here
for the
it's
party.
like you could do whatever you want. Unless you have spots for it, you can do whatever you want.
If you got material, you can make anyone be anyone. True, the big R, capital R in the role play here.
Which I guess is fine, except like you have to get used to make sure you have to keep the materia on you all the time to level it up.
You do have to remember who's got what.
And I guess my other issue is that there's not really any place to really grind, really, to level things up, unless you just like.
I mean, you could go back to those little zones where you fought earlier.
Yeah, I guess.
It's very tedious.
But because I guess I feel like if you don't do that, there's no real way to level up the materia as well.
I mean, if you do enough side quests, that tends to get you there. And plus, you're limited in this game because it does not carry over into the next game.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of a bummer. So, and that's also, in a good way, kind of turned me off because, me, I've remember my session with Tokyo Mirage session.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, 5% more damage? Don't mind if I grind out another 10 hours to get that 5% more.
Yeah, and then the way how, like, you get equipment and you have to level up that equipment before you can use it. It's kind of a little jarring.
Equipment?
Yeah, because like say like for example, I got these new gloves for Tifa recently.
Oh, weapons.
I guess
They're technically weapons. That's it. Welcome to JRPGs. Everything's got a different name and a different stat.
Sorry, my bad. So equipment, there obviously there's basic stats, and then like
you mean weapons again. You just did the same thing again, by the way.
Oh yeah, you caught me right now, huh?
Uh-huh.
But like anyway, so the weapons.
There it is. Now weapons. Third time. Third time's
you have to go into the weapons weird menu and kind of do basic like try to fill the orbs in or fill like
the galaxies, the planets.
Galaxies. And it's like, well, obviously you're interested in materia, so who cares about like I could do more stuff.
It makes sense to go for the materia. That's what I did. I don't know if that's the meta, but it became my meta.
And it's like, where's materia? Where's the slot? And I did it. And then, I guess it's interesting because there's so much flexibility. You could, for better for worse, you could do practically anything you want. You can make Cloud do all magic if you want to. You could. Mm-hmm. You can make Aerith, apparently, fighting.
Good luck with that, Paradia, but you could try. You could definitely try.
But I guess the weird thing is the combat. Because combat reminds me a lot. Well, I mean, it's basically 15's combat, and a lot of like slow progression. Like you can fight in real time, like Kingdom Hearts fighting, I guess.
Right.
And then you could stop, use ATB, and do spells and stuff like that. And I guess the objects you're supposed to do, like Kingdom Hearts, you're supposed to make shortcuts.
Right.
To get this, because if you don't do that, you gotta stop.
Do the menu stuff.
Scroll, and then you'll be all day trying to like scroll but everything slows down for you though.
Right.
But it's like it'll be tedious. Like okay, I need to get fire. Fire. Okay.
Shortcuts are shortcuts.
And also they're also not guaranteed hits either though.
You do have to make sure you line up the shot properly.
Because like I'll tell you, bro. I know how many times I use MP and it's just like. And they hit the wall, and I guess
maybe you don't fire at the wall, Miles. Maybe that would be my recommendation for you.
But they move around, though. That's not way.
Then maybe time it.
Why don't they stay in one spot?
If only the camera would slow down for you, and you could be like, "Is this shot going to land? Yes or no?"
Run too busy again. Got to get the things up. And I guess the more interesting is that this game is, I guess it's like 60 60-40 like serious and but also silly at the same time.
It is anime nonsense for sure.
Like I fought a house.
That happens.
And like and like no one, not the audience, no, not the viewership, the crowd, no, everyone's
I
like
think they make a comment or two.
they're like
There's at least a reaction of like, really? They don't linger on it super long, but they acknowledge, wait, what's happening now?
overall, I guess it's interesting because I think and that may just the way how this game's made, I feel like you get more better interaction with all the characters than I guess you would have in an original
Well, you
one.
get more time, so more interactions.
But it is weird because I feel like for the most part, you don't hang out with most of the cast really, or like leveling wise. So like Barrett's been there, like
Barrett comes and goes.
like for a while.
He'll show up again, but it'll be a minute before you see his ugly mug again.
But it's like, should I level his stats up? Should I even bother? Should I just like wait till it comes back? And I guess it's very interesting how like people leave, come in, come out, and just kind of you dealing with that. I guess.
Your favorite party of 3 and 3 only.
Overall, it is interesting because they do learn a lot from 15. Like with combat wise, you're not 15 gets a little weird because you kind of like you move along. It's kind of you move and you stop, and like here, like obviously you stop when you want to stop. That's 15 kind of like you could set so that way automatically stops for you when you're not moving. Then time freezes, and that's when you can do all your magic stuff.
Oh,
while here, like you wait till like you see an opportunity to do it. And then you press X, and that you go into the whole menu thing like normal.
Hmm.
In terms of like characters, like I can see where it's like it's the classic Ray and Asuka kind of like it's a Tifa or is it
pick your wife of choice.
It's like this is hard. It's like
I'm gonna say what's camp is Miles at right now?
I have no idea.
Oh, classic Miles. I want to be sad and lonely man forever because I can't make a choice. They call those the bad endings in Japanese visual novels, right, Miles?
I know, but I get them all the time. What are you talking about? I know, I do this
professional bad ender right here.
But it's just hard. It's hard because like
sad.
And the best part of both like together is like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with this? And I mean, just so many things in this game. Like it's interesting, but it also feels kind of like long at the same time. It's a very weird feeling to have. Like clearly this game was not meant to be this long, but they're making it work, I guess. Because like obviously I know we're gonna leave Midgar right eventually, but like boy, it sure feel like we're still that's over there. Then the game like it's like a 2 disc game that you're done with the game like in the 40 hours. In this game like it's like 3 times that. It's kind of weird.
So I guess you definitely can feel it, see it.
Yeah.
I was curious.
Yeah, I know you could feel parts, but I feel like especially like I mean, moments like him just kind of like look you look in the atmosphere like that's great, but don't I think you could skip forward if you wanted to, but the game incentivizes you to do all the side missions.
Well, do you want to level up or do you just want to beat the fucking story, right?
Yeah. I guess just use the material. You have to make sure you keep material. You use the material. Once it's set, you can't keep switching. You can't switch it like during the gameplay, right? It's like.
You're talking about when you're in battle.
Yeah.
When you're in battle, no, you cannot switch out material, or at least I'm pretty sure you can't.
Because there are moments like I use access to like look like, hey, this guy's hot fire. It's like, well, I have nothing but fire lights now. Well, strength it is.
Wow, that's what it is. Well, that's why you always try to have everyone a well balanced team for any situation.
Yeah.
And ideally, you scam the first times, and then you can just, I guess you could scan them without having to scan them, if that makes sense. Did you know you could do that with the touchpad?
Oh yeah,
If you already scanned them at some point, but you forgot the weakness, you could just hit the touchpad and it'll pop up the info.
The only thing I still understand is the stagger system. That's my only issue with this game.
Just well on them, and ideally with the weakness.
Because like especially one of like the battle intels that
right,
it's like you have to stagger them to like 200%. Like I don't even know how they even get to
just keep the pressure up. That's when you have to really. Hit the D-pad and switch out to everyone, and everyone use like their special on the staggered enemy.
Yeah, and to me it is weird that you have to scroll up and down to switch everybody else because I get confused sometimes.
Well, it depends if you want to switch them manually as a fighter, or you could also just use the bumpers and then it'll switch. Or I guess the triggers of the bumpers is R1, L2. I mean L1. But L2, R2 will let you like access their menus, but you're still playing as Cloud or whoever you're currently playing as.
Which I learned today. I learned you can switch out leaders.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. If
I
you
didn't know.
want to
I
do that.
didn't know that
Oh
part.
yeah.
I think the game's interesting when you're playing as people other than Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are moments like you're playing as Era for like a hot second. Granted, it's
Right.
a
There's
story
little
event.
segments. Yes.
But the fact that you're out of being Cloud, you're like seeing from the outside in, it's interesting.
Yeah, it allows you to change it up, and which is good. But I know that was my weakness. Is I kept just going to Cloud because I don't know, out of habit, I guess.
I guess because I know we want to wait till the podcast. So you think about the chapter 9 and the I guess the cross dressing is that or the interesting.
Yes, that happens before before the sewers.
I guess that is interesting.
It's some anime.
That is some anime, and the fact that Cloud was like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, and just like I guess I'm surprised that they kept a lot of goofy parts in because
They take it so seriously.
Yeah, but he took it so serious at the same time.
Could have both.
So I guess it's funny how and it still works. It's not totally like off kiltered or something like that.
Thankfully, Sephiroth doesn't show up and ruin your cross dressing dancing.
Yeah. So there's a lot. This game does have a lot of Kingdom Hearts moments, as I call them. Like a lot of flashback, like kind of like close up of the faces and saying something but not saying something. A lot of like it reminds me kind of like a lot of the cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts, like the later Kingdom Hearts, I guess. Especially with the Sephiroth is nonsense. Like there's a lot of he shows up and it's all in Cloud's head, I guess.
Yes.
But like moments like like it's all like in his vision and the reality.
What's real in reality?
Yeah.
I've seen Obsession. Only had a spin toy with him.
So I guess it is interesting that to present information because I figure Sephiroth seems like he doesn't come out to like maybe mid part or the end or something like that. That's what I know about Sephiroth, and so it's interesting how
it's a whole thing. That's all I can tell you without getting into too many details. It's a whole thing, and who knows what it happens in this time? Or I don't know what Who knows what's gonna happen in this rebirth game and what they may or may not change.
I feel like it's a lot. I think we're Sam for being like it's not gonna go the way you think it's going to go. Kind of like you told me like Resident Evil, like the remakes they do that. Like it's certain things are the same, certain things are not.
Right.
I guess it's nice that we're not following the script. We're going to go through this. And
yeah, it's not a guaranteed lock-in.
It's like or we can, or maybe we won't.
Never know. Stay tuned.
But that's the only game I've been playing this whole darn week. I think I'm like 30 hours in, and I break out of chapter 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I was too busy. Well, because you gotta do the side quest. Because the side quest.
You don't gotta do them.
Well, I guess I want to unlock the summons. I guess because I think the summons are kind of neat.
Well, they're fun. They're also fun. Everyone likes a good Final Fantasy summon.
And I did find a way to make my ATB actually go higher when I first start, which took me a while to get there because I guess they want you to attack first, then build the ATB, then you could do all the fun stuff.
Well, yeah, that's how you do your special moves.
I'm learning slowly, progressing through that game. So what have you been up to, brother?
What enthusiastic passing the baton. What do you want? I guess it's your turn to talk.
Are you finally?
Well, you talk. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. That's what it sounded like.
Sorry, excuse me for a minute. I gotta go over here.
So much love.
I'm sorry, brother. What particular journey you'll take us on to today?
There you go. That's what I'm looking for here. So let's see here. Did do some Final Fantasy. I think in the final big, I guess maybe arc, we'll say, for that section of the game. I haven't started it yet, so that should be good because I've done, I think, pretty much all the side quests. Overall, having a pretty good time. And as a person who has played the original 7, it is interesting what is similar and what is not, and keeps you on the edge of your seat. And actually, the Resident Evil GameCube remake is a good comparison because some of it is definitely like, cruise control, I know how this works, and someone's like, wait, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, because I needed a moment to wait how like they use the camera work or something like that. I'm like, or am I? Some parts feel like this isn't what the real game was.
Which I'm interested in. How can you have this feeling when you've never had context of the original game? But interesting.
I mean, like you could feel like something's off. I guess. Like,
I suppose.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot.
There's something going on.
Yeah.
But I guess I wonder what you think is going on.
Well, obviously something happened. Something bad happened.
Something bad happened,
and that's why Cloud's the next soldier. That's all you need to know.
There you go.
Why did he left? The real question is to ask.
There you go. We'll get there eventually. Question mark. So yes, overall, very good time there. Hopefully, I will beat it in time because in theory, fingers crossed, our next podcast will be our first impressions of Rebirth. Though sadly, I'm looking at the calendar and I don't think I'm going to get a chance to play the DLC in time. I might have to just settle for
That sounds like a coward's way of moving.
Pretty much. A coward who has to be practical and wear too many producer hats. So I might just have to settle for a YouTube version of the story.
And that's why they make Red Bull, brother.
There you go.
Keep going.
I like my heart where it is, not exploding in my chest. Thank you very much.
Think of the content.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I like. Never mind. I'm good there. So yes, we'll see what happens with that, but unlikely. I'll get to it in time. What else have I been watching and or playing? I guess I'm gonna tell you the One Piece update. One Piece. It's never over apparently. This journey.
One Piece. What are you looking at?
Yeah, so I still haven't seen that. But it's gotta. I mean, it's gotta be better than.
And why is it only 5 minutes?
Yeah, honestly, I imagine how many episodes, how like the time difference between that edit and the original. If you see especially if you count every time. There's this guy named Jolly Roger or whatever, Gold Roger, and his One Piece treasure.
Oh, I know. Like, I think,
kids, you want my treasure, eh?
I think you were showing me some of the like opens. Like, man, these opens go on for like 2 minutes, and it's like the same. We're just doing the same shots over and over again.
Yeah, Toei Animation has been doing the same shit for the last 30 years.
But wait, it makes Dragon Ball. It looks like Dragon.
Honestly, it makes Dragon Ball Z feel like a much faster paced show. And let me tell you, Dragon Ball Z is molasses, and yet somehow here comes One Piece. Oh yeah. But manga, I'm really tackling the manga. I'm not really watching the anime. And I have finally reached the somewhat famous, maybe question mark, time skip part for those who are familiar with the series. And yeah, it's been quite the adventure. I'm trying to remember the last time I brought it up on the podcast, what I talked about.
So they like sleep through, or just like 10 years past?
Well, it's only 2 years. It's only a 2-year gap.
Just like shoot it in 2 years past.
Yeah, basically that's probably the easiest equivalent. Popular anime equivalent is the Shippuden difference, because it's just a few years and basically everyone's still mostly the same, just leveled up and looks maybe a little bit more mature, and some characters a little bit. I'm questioning how. What? Let's just say Nami. I don't know how. I want to look up her age, but I want to say she grew like at least 6 inches between.
Well,
which I'm like, isn't she like?
But didn't you tell me, brother? Or didn't you tell me that the taller you are,
the stronger you are. That's like everyone did get. I guess everyone did grow 6 inches. That does make sense now. That was just one of like, why does she look really old? And it's only been 2 years. But who knows? Maybe a very last growth spurt at the end there. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was one of those like, what happened? I was just kind of like, what? Anyway, but yes, that's funny to see some of the character changes are more radical. In other words, are like, is there a difference here?
Why Luffy looks the same?
Like, yeah, Luffy's just Luffy. Always. I mean, somewhat spoilers. Something slightly more physically different about him because the events of the previous arc, which is quite the battle royale, I guess, that was that previous arc before our time skip, which
Dark Tournament maybe, perhaps
something like that, where it's just continuous fighting and fighting and fighting, which part of it was interesting, but then part of after a while I call it the Captain Phillips problem for those familiar with this movie, because it's just you can't keep the intensity for a long period of time, because after a while you can't be at your adrenaline eventually runs out, the
Jujutsu Kaisen problem.
That could also apply to that. So yeah, it's
if everything's at level like 20, and it's like, well, and everything's still level 20.
Yeah, it just like I said, eventually you run out of the good stuff, so you can't keep this high for very long. But overall, it was interesting, and to finally see one of the legendary pirates show up on the scene and do his thing was pretty epic. So
how tall was he?
And that's the thing. Jesus, once again, I made this joke before, and it just he keeps proving me right with the bigger they are, the stronger they are, and yeah, it's the scale. Like if you're 8 feet tall in this show, they are pretty short.
Yeah,
that's like the thing I'm realizing. Like you're short. So yes, a lot of NBA fans in the world of One Piece, and yeah, overall it's slowly growing on me. There are parts that are better than others, but it's been fun. It hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. There's some stuff with as I mentioned, the previous arc before the time skip that kind of just didn't work for me for obvious reasons. For those who are familiar, I won't spoil it here. But yeah, that was a little bit of the only good, in a weird way, I knew about this spoiler because just
the internet
it's been around for so long, it's
watching
hard to
openings go, damn it,
between sneaking openings or random photos things you scroll on Twitter or Reddit or anywhere on the internet, you're bound to catch a glimpse of spoilers, right? So it's just like, but in a weird way, by finding out this spoiler, it didn't make me as grumpy as it would have if I didn't know it was coming. So in a weird way, it kind of saved the show a little bit for me.
There you go.
So that's the first time I think I've ever experienced that. So yeah, good for spoilers.
Thank you, spoilers. There you go.
There you go.
Congrats.
But yeah, but still, I feel like before or everything since the time skip, yeah, I think once again the Enos Lobby is still the best arc that I have seen so far. I know Frank mentioned the Thriller Bark was his favorite one, which it's okay. It's a little bit more goofier and sillier. So if you want more, action comedy, that's the more stuff. But I just want the more straightforward, serious one-on-one shonen battle, and the Enos Lobby brings that quite well. And yeah, like I said, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've checked the boxes, and One Piece overall pretty good. It's a little slow. And it does expand the world. Sometimes Oda comes with clever ways to be like, I bet you're wondering about this thing I told you about forever ago. And it's just kind of like, well, I guess.
Did he pull it out of his ass?
It's not like completely out of ass, but it's a little, I can see you. Please put your hand behind your back. Let's put it that way. Somewhere in the middle, perhaps.
It's like you mentioned about free index. Like, all right, give me a minute, guys. I'm working on it right now. We're gonna work.
The DLC, yeah.
We're working on it.
Not that. Well, Fear is such a weird way that it tells a story. But yes, in particular, the stuff you learn right before the time skip to justify the time skip seems a little bit. It's like it's not as bad, but it did give me a little bit vibes of Hunter x Hunter and the introduction of what do they call it?
Nien?
Nien, there you go.
Nien.
Yeah, because it's a little bit like, oh, didn't I not tell you about the superpower? Right? Luffy, did I not tell you about the real power? And
is like JoJo, like also like he just like, and because you unlocked this, now everyone unlocks this ability.
No, not part. Well, I want to say no, but somewhere in my feelings, I feel like that was a thing.
The truth.
Yeah, I feel like that was a thing for a little bit. But anyway, overall, One Piece is a pretty good thing, despite it's pretty slow. And there are some parts going back, I'd be like, I just cut that out. The more I read into, the more I'm like, how are we gonna do this a live action?
Well,
is the other thought.
I'm assuming it gets more, I guess, I wouldn't say goofier, but maybe more unrealistic, right?
Well, we got a talking reindeer that transforms to a bunch of different creatures. That's gonna be hard to do with CG.
I know,
especially on a TV show budget. The only plus side is, once again, the Netflix version did pretty well, so maybe they'll give it a little bit more money than usual, which they're going to need to justify a little Chopper walking around.
Don't worry, Chopper is going to barely be on screen.
Yeah, and then when we get to...
They're going to hit him out of the way.
We have to make people into sand and electricity and all these other...
I'm curious how to make these people big. That's a question, really.
That's ain't that the truth. There's a lot of stilts going on here. How many characters can Shaq play in the One Piece universe?
Yeah.
But yes, One Piece overall pretty good. What else did I have on my list? Ace Attorney, the Great Chronicles. I keep forgetting.
Great Chronicles of
Ace Attorney. Yes, the prequel, I guess, kind of.
Or a sequel.
Yeah, it's one of those. As I mentioned before, I'm finally going through the second game now that came out on the Switch version, because the Switch collection has the first and second game. Last year we did the first game, and now I'm doing the second game. I did complete the first case. It was a nice, easy, simple little case to get you started again, I guess, which is a little jarring because, like I said, the first game ends off like this big cliffhanger of like, bum, 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 who's the real mastermind behind all this shit? It's all connected, bum, bum, bum. And then it kind of, the beginning of this game kind of like kills that momentum a little bit. And then, speaking about things we're going back and filling it in, the second case of the second game takes place in the first game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I'm sorry, what now? It was a little jarring to say the least, because, and like I think I told you off this podcast, Miles, but there's a certain character who keeps reappearing in a lot of the cases. And apparently I looked it up, and I'm not surprised because I had a feeling, but I finally looked it up, and sure enough, this character is based off a real Japanese person by the same name, who was a real life person
someone who won the contest,
who's a very famous, I guess, writer in Japan, but growing up here in LA, can't say I recognize his works. And so I realized there's I'm assuming a lot of literary references of his works throughout his dialogue and conversations and for playing for laughs. But it doesn't work for me because I have not familiar with his works. So yes, that's the other thing. I'm a little getting tired of this one character keeps popping up and keeps not doing much for me. So
and that's why they never look like games.
And that's what I'm starting to realize, like, man, oh man, maybe they shouldn't have brought this game over. I'm starting to think that's the sad part. As a man who loves, and I mean, I love the Ace Attorney games. Number 4 is okay, but yeah, I'm starting to think maybe we should have just let this overseas because it's a lot of things to overcome.
No Miles Edgeworth over here. No.
There is a Miles Edgeworth, but like
There's
like,
two.
Yeah, but he's not. It's not as good, I guess. Or he just feels like a cheap carbon copy, I guess, maybe also. Maybe that's the other thing. Especially because, like, I've played all 1 through 6 now, right? And you've seen, in all those games, you get new villains and new characters, right? But in this game, it's the same, prosecutor / antagonist. And then you keep getting this Japanese author guy who keeps showing up in several cases multiple times. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of, it feels like, and they keep reusing right, because there's also a jury thing I think I mentioned last year in the cases in Britain. There's like a whole jury system you have to like convince to, either, save your client or, they're going to call you guilty. But they keep reusing all the same characters, and the game goes like, isn't this funny that it's like the classic, the writer's like, if I call on the weakness of my problem, it's okay. And it's like,
I think you don't like that one?
Yeah, and it's just like I said, it just feels like they keep reusing assets and jokes over and over again, and only like now my 7th case now I'm working on between these 2 video games that are connected to each other, and it's just this, they're really building up the hype of like, once again, who's this mastermind. But like I said, we had this big build up at the end of the 4th and 5th case of the first game, and then we're back to 0 with this game. And then it's like, how many, it's just like I said, it's this is a struggle. This game's a struggle.
but think of it this way: you're supporting that way they can make more of it, right?
Well, that's what I'm, at the end of the day, I still like it, but it's just the problem is, if this came out, I feel like I would have to play this game like after playing 4, because 4 to me is like the weakest out of the original 6, and then get to 5, because 5 and 6 is so fucking good. Yeah. So it feels disappointing to go through the greatness that's 5 and 6 and then come play the prequel series, which is not, it's more like a 4. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it's not terrible, but it's definitely the weakest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then there's 4, and then these 2 games on the bottom of the tiers of the Ace Attorney series. Well, I guess.
Well, I hope that there, because I was like, well, no one liked it because no one's played his games.
Well, I mean, I bought it. I supported. I did my part. I bought Apollo Justice. I was gonna say Apollo Creed again, but this time it's Apollo Justice. So I definitely got my Apollo Justice. So I'm chipping in my 2 cents, making sure we keep doing it. We want
more of this.
I even bought the Ghost Trick, which is the same creator behind Ace Attorney. So please support your official releases to make a chance of more sequels happening. So yes, Ace Attorney, great Chronicles, something. That was the other thing. And then what did I have? I think I had one more thing of note. Oh, right. And then the last thing I should mention is, I guess, somewhat maybe surprise question mark. I don't know how many people out there would consider this a surprise or interesting. But hey, Sourdough Shonen, YouTube, B, doing anime stuff, content on the interweb. I'm back, baby.
So you're saying you're back?
I'm back. They pull me back in. Here I am after apparently about a 4/5 year hiatus. I have
everyone's telling me to come back. Yeah, I'm back.
That, yes, indeed, Miles. That was indeed what the reference I was going for. So yeah, I've come back. For those who are, official subscriber to the podcast, Taco Otaku, I did mention at the end of our year review, or I guess our anime list in particular, that I did in fact come up my top 10 favorite anime.
It is like a shill of a shill inside a shill.
This is a plugin. Hey, when you're the editor and producer, you can do what the fuck you want.
But this is like plug inception over here.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just people who tune in and they heard my words. You heard correctly. I have been working on it slowly. But working on it.
Where's my little spitty top? I need to make sure this is real or not.
So indeed, so like I talked about on the podcast, I did name top shows, and sure enough, now I have a video confirming that I do indeed have a top 10 favorite shows I did watch of 2023. That is up now. When this podcast comes out, you'll be able to watch that on YouTube and just go to the link in the description below with the podcast listing. That's Sourdough Shonen. That's me.
Please support the official release.
Yes, pretty much. Once again, I would appreciate it very much. I worked very, very hard on this video.
Please like, subscribe.
I would very much appreciate that.
Just a thumbs up.
Tell your other anime fans about me.
Chelsea, give a thumbs up.
A lot of editing. I start this project in February. It's going to come out at the end of February. I'll let you decide what that means. So yes, it turns out when you do 10 shows, that means you have to record and edit 10 shows amount of footage to edit to make a point and to show people examples of what said show is and why it's worth your time. So yes, a lot of work went into this video. So there's that, and there's even a little video of me explaining of what I've been up to since my hiatus. So if you're curious to know more details about that, but those who have tuned in the podcast, you probably know over the last year what we've been doing. It's called Taco Otaku. Yeah. What you listen to right now is the
Live
last year
in studio.
There you go. So indeed, if you want to hear more of my terrible opinions, go like and subscribe me on YouTube. Sourdough Shonen. That's me. So yes, that is my shill and plugging in for this week is my top 10 video along with where have I been and where I'm going. And also I'm going to be talking about their ideas and series I want to do on the future of my YouTube channel. So
the future of YouTube.
I do have some plans, somewhat plans, probably more like ideas, but what I want to do because I used to be a little bit more sporadic and try to catch up with the algorithm. Turns out that's very tiring to do, and you need to have a lot of free time, and I do this more for fun and versus as a job. So yes, a couple changes, but hopefully some exciting changes.
Man, us around here who here and not here. Appreciate your work.
Thank you. I do appreciate the thanks. So yes, that is my other project I'm doing outside of the podcast. But yes, the podcast is still going to be here every other Wednesday on your favorite podcast catcher, place to listen to your favorite podcasts. So yes, that's it for my week and my shilling. So back to you, host.
Without further, I guess we'll enter into our news segment, which is a very pretty. I wouldn't say big, but it's a very interesting week we have in news.
Might be a little longer than our usual news segments.
I guess I guess we'll go from like small to big, I guess. So the interesting out there, video game wise, is Sony pretty much says, "Hey guys, any big franchise games, it's not gonna happen until 2025. Don't expect anything big.
Don't get excited. I hope you're enjoying Spider-Man 2.
Please join." There's Spider-Man 2 at least a couple
please, oh jeez, please play Spider-Man 2.
Well, and no, of course there'll be like little small games. You know, there's Rebirth and there's
That's true. That'll keep me busy.
In general, there's a lot of unknowns this year about a lot of things in the video game industry.
It's this weird kind of like ripple/delayed bubble, maybe because of our great global pandemic that's been occurring the last few years.
It's like the thing we talked about that's going to happened, and now it's like, well, we're here, so now what?
Yeah, and it's just like this big awkward moment, and then plus we have companies buying other companies, and sadly, more and more people, in the video game industry are losing their jobs because of such sharks eating bigger sharks and everything else in between.
And some people getting golden parachutes.
Yeah, well.
Right, Bobby?
Oh boy, yanks.
Anyway. So, I guess that's it. I mean, I guess I'm not shocked because,
because
they were building this in last year. We seen, for Spider-Man 2.
We had our Spider-Man, and that's all they had.
And we're gonna ride the Spider-Man. We're literally gonna swing with Spider-Man at least till 2025.
We're hoping some good third-party titles to come out this summer and fall. We're hoping, fingers crossed.
Then Cloud will come save us.
Cloud will come save us again, and I'm sure he will. It's going to make some stupid amount of money. They already got my money. So what else is there to say?
Yeah, so there's that. The another note is also about the Switch. Apparently, according to sources around the industry, it seems like it's going to be delayed to next year because, according to Nintendo, we don't have enough cool games for it to come out with.
You mean a Switch 2?
Switch. I was
gonna say Switch. I'm pretty sure Switch has existed. The problem is it has existed too long.
The new Switch.
Yes.
They're gonna call it the new.
God.
They're gonna call it the new Switch.
They can't be this dumb again. I refuse. You can only broken clocks right twice a day.
Switch up. Switch now.
Oh my goodness. No more. Switch you?
Yeah.
No, please don't. Fucking don't, Nintendo.
Switch for you.
I mean, I don't know. I wish I could say I'm surprised. It just feels like it's just like just this ongoing, like, it's almost like a joke now, just like George R. Martin working on the next volume of Game of Thrones. Like, sure he is. Nintendo's definitely going to put out a new console. Sure they are.
Yeah.
Because now what did the Switch come out in 2017?
Yeah, 17, 18, somewhere around there.
And that was early 2017 on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are. Now it's going to be 7/8 years later. If you're a 90s gamer who remember, the Super Nintendo Genesis Wars and then the PlayStation, the 3DO and all these fuckers that fought each other for like maybe like within 3 to 5 years.
The console wars, you might say.
Yeah, there you go. The great console wars. Yes, exactly. You know how many consoles the manufacturer came in, threw their hat in the ring in this short period of time? And now we're getting consoles lasting to 7 to 10 years now. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? My brain, as a 90s kid, can't fathom and understand this craziness.
Because it costs money to make content, kids, or to make these set games. And also, we had to cut off because we didn't cut for apparently people are still going back to work. Talk to nobody.
Well, there's that too, but it's just the Wii, because I feel like it's been like 3 years now we've been getting Switch 2 rumors. Ever since the OLED, because the OLED model was supposed to be the Switch 2 version, but then they got scared and ran away and just said, just put an OLED and walk away.
Yeah, there's that too. And the problem is, like, I feel like as other games are slowly progressing a little bit here, a little bit there. Well, I think we mentioned earlier, like, this generation has not left. We have not left dock yet. I feel like we've been in dock for like at least 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, regarding like the PS5 and the series.
This whole generation of games. And I guess
there's a lot of cross platform generations.
And the poor Switch is here, like with a little boat and a little paddle, and just like
still just chugging along somehow.
And it's like slowing down gradually, but like it's like no one else is catching up because they're too busy. They can't get out the dock yet. So
yeah,
so it's a weird like okay. There's no more games come on the Switch, and more games like wow, this it's taking longer to load this game in here, huh?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting because the problem is now Nintendo has is when they first came out, right? They were the first thing to have a hybrid portable and TV console, right? You just dock it and off you go. But now we got our Steam Decks, and now we got OLED Steam Decks, and we got the Rogue Ally and all these other Steam Deck equivalents
with SSDs, and you could probably put every.
And that's what it is. Your whole Steam catalog, and with already on your fingertips, which is. If you're like most people, I feel like most gamers, including ourselves here, who have the giant Steam backlog catalog to get through, it's kind of nice. And as a person I mentioned before on the podcast who has dabbled with the new OLED model since the one I bought, it is really nice and pretty to have access to all my Steam games. And then I was able to play my Xbox games if you have the Game Pass stuff online.
But you can't play the next Mario game, though.
Yeah, well, if you have the emulation side of the Steam Deck, you could be playing the last one at least.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. It's like the more, like, that door's been kind of wide open for a bit now.
It's, and if you own your copy, which I definitely do, it's totally fine. It's okie dokie. So it's, Nintendo has to bring their A game because now there's a lot of competition. I think that's why they keep getting nervous and keep like, they keep running away, and they're hoping to really, because I feel like now, since we're waiting this long, they need and have to have backwards compatibility with all your previous Switch games, and maybe now, like, several games will actually be playable now.
Yeah, actually play Link's Awakening with a decent frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Emblem without totally chugging every 5 seconds like you.
Oh my goodness, maybe we could finally fix 3 Houses. Woof, 3 Houses. Love the game. Runs like shit on the Switch.
Yeah. Even people were showing some previews of that Princess Peach game. That's out, like, they were showing some previews out on the internet, and they said, "Boy, it's rough."
That's why you get a Steam Deck and emulate it. And I bet you'd play.
And like you said, because Steam Deck, there's a lot of competitions out here now. They can't just like put it out. We'll figure it out like they did with the Switch, right?
Right.
We'll put it out and we'll figure it whatever it is out, whatever. We'll figure it out later. And it's like, well, if we don't, we're gonna like everyone like cool and move on to everything else.
The only good thing also for Nintendo is because now the Steam Deck and all these other things exist. And they do charge, it's probably like maybe close to double the price of the Switch is currently. It allows them to charge more, and they know they can be successful with it because the Steam Deck's so successful, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully that means they won't be scared to try to keep up with today's specs, because Nintendo has not been playing that game for a very long time, since probably the GameCube.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're like, oh, our games are fun, you'll come for the fun games.
Right, which is mostly true and a decent point. But when you waited, that's the problem. You waited this long, our anticipation is building and building and building, and our wish list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Where's that Zelda, the GameCube Zelda games we were waiting for years now?
You mean Twilight Princess?
No, the one the tech demo.
Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, it's one. Yeah.
That what I'm just saying. That little. I need to go back to Twilight Princess. I remember it was fine. I know a lot of people don't like it.
I'm hoping that they at least release Wind Waker on the Switch before we close that thing out, because that poor game.
What's right? You don't like your Wii U copy there, Miles?
But I would have been nice if it's like one of the last Wii U titles to be up to go to the Switch. No.
Have you heard of Echo the Dolphin?
I like Echo the Dolphin.
And how would if I told you Echo the Dolphin was available on PC and Echo the Dolphin loved a lot of video games? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Get what I'm putting down here, Miles?
No.
No, you can't. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting how that works out, because I feel like now we're not sure if they're prepped, or like, oh, I don't know what we're doing now. We're scared.
I just hope they have their ducks in a row, because, like I said, it's a lot of hype. But it's they have Mario, they have Zelda, they got the franchises, they'll be okay. The sad part is, in my head, my biggest question, it's for me, a personal, and I think I talked about this maybe before on the podcast, is as a person who loves buying physical media because I don't trust companies to do our things, and we talked before on the podcast, especially recently. With
you mean the games you have aren't exactly yours to keep? What?
Exactly. So I've always been that physical person, because like I'm able to now go through my old catalog and then put them on my Steam Deck or device of my own choosing and play them, because guess what? I have my own physical copy, and I own the rights to this game, and I can do what the fuck I want because it's mine. I'm getting to the point where I know for sure this generation with the PS5 and Xbox will be the last generation I collect physically.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, I don't know the Switch will that be the final console I buy for Nintendo that I will buy a physical copy, because sad to say, despite how much I like physical media, you're getting less and less on that disc these days, or that cartridge, however you want to look at it. And then two, it's just the inevitable. So it's like I might as well just give it. And just the amount of space it does take up, it does eventually catch up to you. So yes, that's the sad part. That's what I'm thinking more like, am I gonna buy this physically? And it all depends. Like backwards compatibility will be a big reason for me to buy physical copies one last time. Without that, I feel like I'm just gonna go all digital now, which does sadden me a little bit. Won't lie.
Yeah, that's why you just stay in the past.
There you go.
Stay in the past. Don't go to the future. Most games are nothing but live service games that want your money anyway. I guess I'll go to the big news of the week.
Gotta tackle big three today.
I guess we're going to the Xbox, which shocked they want more money.
Who would have thunk?
I
Microsoft wants more money.
It's like they're.
But Miles, Windows 10 is gonna be the last Windows they're ever gonna make.
Now 11 or 12, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's just gonna.
They would never do this to me.
Yeah, so I guess no one's shocked by this. I mean, it's like. It turns out we want to make more money on our games. So what we're gonna do? Some of the games are they're not brand new. No, there's no. Now you get Starfield on your PS5.
Not yet.
But games that they've been out for like a year-ish now, year more. Some cases.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sea of Thieves much.
But it's like but I guess like good old Phil says but also games like they'll help build the band, like a lot of stuff like CODs, right? It'll build a fan base more if we're able to play on more platforms. So guess what? We're gonna put it on the Switch. We're gonna put it on the PS5 because we want to increase platforms. And it's funny because us being in generation like you can't do that. You're crossing the line. That
console wars once again.
No, you have to be over there. That's over there. You don't want to deal with those.
I bleed Sega Blue, all right?
It's just like it is funny that it comes like I like money though, so yeah, sure.
It's also the Xbox is green, right? You know what else is green? Money.
Yeah. And I said, and like I said, it's like they said it's a case by case basis. Not every single. You're not gonna get Gears of War on the PS5.
I mean, never say never, Miles. I'm gonna help you out until so it doesn't age as poorly here, Miles. I'm gonna help you out.
No, I'll be fine. This will not come back to bite me later on this year. No, this will be fine. Keeping it post. Once
again, do not watch my top 10 video if you listen to the podcast. Speaking about people who's eating his hat a little bit when you get to that, if you ever do.
Is that me? I don't know why people are like making a big deal like, oh, this is the end of it. Like, because I've seen people online.
There's some console bros out there, brother, that are still fighting the '90s console wars, which is hilarious because they're not even old enough to remember the console '90s wars.
Here they are under a rock or something like that. Kind of like.
My big brother told me about Nintendo and Sega, and I want to throw my head in the ring too, despite I wasn't there for those wars. They were the good old times. I want to be part of the good old times.
I was like, well, they're gonna take you out regardless. There's no parties here. There's nothing here.
Yeah. For Christ's sake, PlayStation's on PC. You know, they're releasing games. PlayStation's putting out all their Spider-Mans and God of Wars on PC now. Yeah. So this illusion of exclusive. Honestly, when was the last time exclusivity actually meant something? Tell that to fucking Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's always that one.
So I'm just saying, like, what does this mean? Like, that was something in the 16-bit era, maybe 3264. But by the time we get to anything that has component cable output potential, that's not really a thing.
And everyone's like, just like, oh, this is it. They're gonna leave. Like, well, no. Well, look at, like you said, look at the Game Pass. We've been doing. No, they've been saying up for this nonsense. I mean, you guys.
And yeah, exactly. That was always the promise. It's like, it doesn't matter as long as we don't care where you play it, as long as you pay for the subscription, because that's the American dream right now. The instant, no matter what happens, you use the service, you don't use the service, on the first of every month, there is money in my bank account.
Yeah.
What else could you ask for? You don't have to do nothing. It's just there. You wake up and boom, there's some money. Who wouldn't like that? I love that. Everyone likes payday. Every month for these corporations, it's fucking payday thanks to subscriptions. And so everyone wants subscription thanks Netflix.
Which also going up again, I think, later on this year. Anyway.
Oh, joy.
Oliver, I mean, I don't know why people are shocked by this, because it's Microsoft is a service company. They sell Windows as a service. They've been trying
right.
They sell like
I use Microsoft Office on my Apple.
No, they serve clouds as a service. They serve Game Pass. Guess what? As a service.
Exactly.
So it's like, we're no pull bars. They'll even say themselves like, hey, if we feel like it's comfortable, we could put on anything we want. You could put on an old Mac PC. It doesn't really matter, because as long as I get money at the end of the day.
They're too big to be picky is basically where they're at now. Now that they own Activision's fucking catalog.
Yeah. You want to tell all the people, put your guns down. It's over.
The war's over. It's like, it's literally, it feels like these people who are like stuck on little corners of the internet. They're like, the stories you hear about like World War II Japanese fighters who are still fighting off on like islands in the Pacific, and like decades after the war is finished, they don't know, and they're still fighting. It's just like, what are you doing? It's been over, man.
Yeah, we lost.
You lost. We all lost. Let's be honest here. I definitely lost one Sega.
Or we win. We win also if you look at the server.
And then on top of it, so like, fine, let's give in to the hype, the console wars. It's over, man. Surrender, this and that. It's not like they're stopped making hardware.
Even they said, no, well, there'll be yet another Xbox.
And I think we even talked about it here on the podcast that we said leaked footage of new Xbox hardware coming around the corner. So that, because I keep hearing talking about, oh, it's like Sega over again. It's like Sega over again. And it's like, no, Sega does not make hardware anymore. Like, that is over. Xbox will continue to make hardware for themselves, because guess what? They are hoping to incentivize to get you not once, but twice, both with the subscription and the sale of the hardware itself, and all the accessories and peripherals that go along with it.
Yeah, because like, well, we could have it, but our games, we want to play games first. You gotta buy an Xbox to play it here first.
Right, and that's the thing, is
it probably runs better on the Xbox too.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
Might be throttle. We're not gonna throttle the games to make our console better. No, we're not gonna do that, right, guys?
We'll see that, and I guess that's what the PlayStation.
Oh, the frame is just a little.
Fanboys will be saying
the frame rate just a little bit short than it's supposed to.
But that's always been a thing since like forever. Honestly, it's been just the Genesis Super Nintendo days. Oh, which Aladdin's the real Aladdin? We could go on and on and on, and which way do you play Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and this and that, right? So it's like, everyone has their own favorite camps and this and that, which is fine to a certain degree, but you have to kind of be the objective and be the neutral gamer, if you will, I guess, old man gamer, where you've seen the console wars and you realize like, well, this is just bullshit. It's just corporations just doing all this nonsense for my money.
It's at the end of the day, they're
not your friends.
They're not here to it's like some people here out there. The corporations are not your friends. They're here to make money. They don't care to get it from you.
Yeah.
Get it from your friend next to you.
Yeah.
Get it from the guy down the street. it does not matter. These people want they want a guaranteed dollar,
Exactly.
and there's no who you
Poor
find.
people, they want to believe that they're their friends. They look out for me.
Put down the muskets. It's over. It's been over.
It's been over, my friend. I'm sad to say.
You know, I mean, all is left is because all you need is tell us yeah, you know what, we'll maybe put it in a game if that happens.
Well, now when that happens, that's when I'm gonna lose my shit. I'll say that. I'll tell you that right now.
Walmart the malls are closing now.
There you go.
The Rumble is gonna start.
Which I know for a while there. I think when the Wii U was doing shit, I feel people were like, "Oh, this is it for Nintendo. They're finally gonna hang up their hat. It's game over." And then what happened? The fucking Switch came out, and then we're back to the Wii U where the money's rolling in, baby. Yeah. So yeah, it's I guess we go through this every so many years when it comes to our big three in the video game industry. But I haven't, like when Sega went down, that's when I kind of woke up and realized like, oh, this is just a business, ain't it? So it's one of those, sadly, you kind of have to, you grow up with it and you kind of realize these things. But it's, but it's inevitable. And like you said, everything's just going to be, because nothing's exclusive now. Now everything's time exclusive. Because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a PlayStation 5 exclusive for now. And guess what? Just like the remake, I think a year later it showed up on PC, right?
Yeah.
On the Epic Game Store. So because why limit yourself to money when you can open up another revenue? So it only makes sense.
Especially Square Enix is they love it, now Final Fantasy we could charge $100.
Well, fucking Square Enix and the way as a publisher, their developers great, as publishers they're terrible. How come this thing do new Final Fantasy numbers? Well, maybe because it's not fucking 30-year-old fucking
Don't
franchise.
Worry, guys. Final Fantasy 14 will save us all. We'll keep the rolling.
I mean, that does pay the bills.
Now, like the foam stars, that'll be neat. That'll be nice. But if it crashes and burns,
I forgot that was a Square Enix.
Yeah, if it crashes and burns, got.
Well, I guess we'll sell that game studio to some other company.
Yeah, it's just they can't. It's just like it's free money. It's like
like I said, as I mentioned earlier, the jobs are going down. People are getting fired or losing jobs in this industry. So it's like, when are you gonna wake up and like these are not your friends? These people are out here to make money and profit, and they're want to
not
do it
friends.
cheap.
They're food.
Exactly. So something to take a step back and look on the bigger scope of things. Though I get it. Like I said, I remember the '90s. I was definitely a hedgehog warrior. But I've
never second this one is don't
exactly never forget. All right, never fucking forget.
I remember moments like when they were showing was it like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games? You kind of threw up there in your mouth for a hot second.
There's something about the just not sit well with me.
And it's just like but Mario can't go as fast. What Sonic? What?
How's he gonna? Sonic's gonna
and running.
Kill.
He's dead. He's dead.
Unless this is a jumping contest, he's got no shot. No shot.
There you go.
But yeah, I guess I think we covered the Xbox camp. It's not too shocking, but it is what it is.
Well, but they go. Everyone, put down your pitchforks.
Yes.
This it turns out corporations want more money.
Like I said, are you enjoying your Windows 11? Don't get too comfortable along with it.
Yeah. So I guess now that we brought the party down, let's bring the party back up. Whoop whoop. And in a sense, I guess we're gonna to have a little fun here, and because both of us been playing Final Fantasy 7 for like most of our weeks.
Indeed, and also we need a quick because for those who have been tuning in every week to the podcast, originally this was going to be our Spy Family episode, but sadly our co-host Ivan was still not feeling up to par this week, so we decided to postpone it. But it's still happening at a later date.
Right.
Hopefully sometime in March, fingers crossed. As soon as Ivan gets well, we wish him to get better.
Yeah.
So please take care of yourself, Ivan. Yeah. And hopefully soon he'll be able to join us and we can have our proper spoiler discussion of Spy Family Season 1 and 2. So that's why we had to come up with a new topic today.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's a little on the fly and a little rushed, but
just like Final Fantasy remake, we'll go. A little stretch here and there.
Right, we'll sing and dance away. All right, we're gonna Don Corleone's go or what? I keep saying the Godfather guy versus the other thing.
Show me your move.
Look what they did to my son. Look what they did to my boy.
I mean,
by the way, the music.
It's funny.
I won't lie. I might have to change my underwear every time I hear some songs sometimes play.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it is. Well, okay, wait, we're going to hot topic. The fact that it's like there's your classic ones and like and they do some remixes and then they like then they're like, oh, this is a new updated version of this
Of the
old
classic.
It's like, oh, okay.
And I didn't realize, but Uematsu did come back and work on this game.
Oh, okay.
So he did do some of the new songs as well as the new arrangements of the works. Which is
by the way, this is like the most Nomura game. This is the most Nomura
Despite
game.
technically he's only credited as the character designer in the original 7, it sure feels like he snuck his way into the writing staff sometimes in this game.
I swear to God, it's like, am I Kingdom Hearts in it right now?
As a man who has dabbled in a lot of Nomura
Where's the
works,
belts? Where's the goddamn belts?
More belts and buckles, please.
It is funny to see everyone with clothes and look at the.
It's one of those things you don't realize, but now as you look like Nomura did this, didn't he? you realize you played enough couple Final Fantasy games and enough Kingdom Hearts games, you start to see the patterns. A lot of spiky hair,
and the light buckles. And the darkness, and a lot of cutscenes in there.
There's always light and darkness, and the inner guilt, and this and that. Anime nonsense, but anime nonsense that I do occasionally enjoy when it's well balanced, and so far 7, and also nostalgia kicks in. So no matter whatever mistakes I have, I remember it fixes everything. Yeah. It's perfect.
Just don't ask who's better, Tifa or
Oh, it's Tifa. It's Tifa. Unlike Miles, I'm not afraid. We all know who the real answer. Tifa fans rejoice. Join me.
What a childhood friend, by the way. What is this? Like,
wait, now?
Tifa's such like a childhood friend, like an anime childhood friend.
You gotta have the childhood. See, I cheer the childhood friend.
And for Cloud, just like he gets it but doesn't get it at the same time.
He's a little slow. He's too busy being a soldier. Ex-soldier, correction.
Yeah. It's very interthematic, those two have like she gets it, we get it, but this boy does not get. He's just not. So Arab, just kidding. I guess without further ado, we'll now enter our main topic.
Our main unique original topic that no one's has ever done on a podcast.
It's quiz time.
It's time for your favorite quiz.
So I guess I'll kick this off first for Ray, so give him a break from all the shenanigans we're doing. We're gonna first one I have up line here is from your favorite Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh my god! Oh no, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. By the way, I did not know this was coming. Miles was somewhat selected pre-advanced, so this will be interesting. 3 Houses. Oh my goodness gracious!
All right, so 3 Houses. It's very simple. So there's apparently a lot of characters in this game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my god,
let's see if Ray knows which house these characters go to.
Oh Jesus Christ! Why would you do this to me, Miles? Fake fan confirmed.
All right, let's throw. All right, folks, we won't do all of it because we'll be here all day long.
Yes, please.
But let's ease him in. Let's give him a clean shot.
Okay.
All right. So the first up, Ethigard. Maybe I said her name
wrong. Oh, you mean Ethelgard? It's Ethelgard.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
She's part of the. Wait, okay. It's because it's the red team, but like, what's the red? Because here's the problem. It's the. Oh Jesus! It's the Blue Lions, the Golden Deer, and what is it? The Black Eagles.
What's you talking about the sad one?
Because it's red. The Blue Lions, they're just ignorant, and just ignorance is truly bliss. We won, we defeated the bad guys, and they didn't do shit. If you ever finish 3 Houses storyline, you don't learn nothing.
Yeah, I know you told me like there's a way to play that game.
The order is you do it's Blue Lions, is it Black Eagles, Black Hawks? Golden Deer, and then the Church Path,
which is part of the other,
part of the said Eagles and or Hawks. Do I have a multiple choice option?
Okay,
or do I have to call it out?
Okay, so your choices are Golden Deer, the Blue Lions, and the Black Eagles.
Black Eagles, okay. So it's Black Eagles, yes. Ethelgard, yes.
I guess. Ding,
yeah,
you got it. We should really put this in the sound.
See, that's the trick because it's the black, but the color's red. It's very confusing. Ethelgard? What is it? I'm trying to think. It's been a minute since I heard that name.
Raphael.
He is part of the Golden Deer. You can tell because he's the big macho guy that was the worst character in that group.
We also got Mercedes.
She is the Blue Lions because she is the motherly magic user.
Wow. 3 for 3 so far.
All right. Ash is also Blue Lion. He's the bow user who's a big old wimp.
I like how you add a little more details that way.
Well, that's the personality, but he gets tougher in the time gap or time skip.
All of them have a time gap.
I didn't realize it, but I think you're right, Miles.
Because you always tell me like Awakening has a time gap because that's you the children.
Well, but that's is that? I mean, I guess it's a time.
I really should go back to that. No,
yeah, speaking of beginning of. See, I deliver the promises here on the podcast, and then there's Miles, coward.
You know, it's like, oh yeah, there is.
Poor Miles, you fool.
Stop it! Don't open that door.
Look what you did.
Is that a hole?
Pretty much.
Let's see. Marine?
Oh, that's
Marianne?
yeah, Marianne. That's she's
that's how you spell that, huh?
Yeah, or that's how you pronounce it. Don't ask me. She is golden deer. She's the blue hair. She's tall and lacks confidence, but gets a glow up as the kids. She probably could. She's somewhat. I mean, she's not crazy tall. She's not One Piece tall. No one's One Piece tall.
Petra
is part of the black would we say eagles?
Yeah,
I want to say hawks for some reason.
Because I guess Black Hawk sounds right.
And she's the one with the ponytail who has a unique accent because she's not really from the Empire. She is from an island that is owned or occupied by the Empire, and it's just kind of this weird, interesting dynamic. Who I might have picked as my romance interest in one of my playthroughs. I want to say yes. Dimitri is the head of the Blue Lions. He is the big blonde-haired golden chosen boy who has a very dark secret past who only can be saved if you choose his house. It's kind of an interesting story.
Maybe the last one here. Caspar. Not Casper the Ghost.
Caspar. Oh, he is. Ooh, what? Oh shit. He is.
There's only 2 choices.
I know, but I'm trying to because especially if you played all the campaigns, you can recruit them into your party despite they're technically in a different house, right? So I got to remember which house did they originally originate from. But there's a good chance I probably brought Caspar with me on multiple playthroughs. But he is from the Black Eagles.
Wow.
Yes, because he's the Hiei. He's the short little blue hair guy who wants to pick a fight but also doesn't see his nobility as like bullshit half the time.
There you go. That's why he comes with you in your playthroughs, huh?
He does. Him or similar. I guess he's also a short guy. But he's just fucking Leroy basically. Felix from the Blue Lions.
Wow.
Felix.
I like how that's an extra bonus answer. You got that correct too.
Wow. Oh yeah. I spent a lot of time.
What? A
lot of time.
I like how the best part is I didn't take any descriptions and that. And you gave the audience valid descriptions about we don't know who they are.
I know I spent a lot. That's gonna be my answer here. That's been a lot of time. I guess for myself.
You say you played a lot of time?
Just a few times. I think I did it. I got him. I am indeed the Fire Emblem master. At least for 3 houses.
Alright, I guess
want to switch it up, brother?
Yeah.
Are you ready, brother? Alright, brother. I have a couple questions here, but they're a bit more selective. So here we go. I have here a couple of Pokemon questions.
Okay. Is it poor Ivan. Shout out poor Ivan once again.
Yes, he is indeed our resident Pokemon fanatic.
Pokinatic? Why isn't that like a character type?
Wait, that is the thing, isn't it?
Pokinatic?
Yeah, the fanatic, right? Pokefanatic?
Yeah, I don't know why that's like a battle.
Well, he's some fool you find on the road.
Yeah, he's a giant Pokeball. He dresses like a. Is he dressed like a Slowpoke?
Well, he's usually
or Slowking or no? Or
I think it's a Slowpoke.
Because I need to change every year.
I was gonna say because there's different because it's an ongoing, just like the there's always the fellow youngsters and
the lasses.
I was gonna say that's what the lasses. I'm trying to what do they call them? The high school girls.
The wee lass. Oh yes.
Yes, the wee lass. Apparently we're in Scotland, which.
Well, I mean, isn't
there's
that
the UK one?
Isn't that Sword and Shield? All right.
Sword and Shield. Yeah. Shaken, not stirred.
I knew it. Yeah.
It's all right. Our UK friends, we're not popular in the UK, so they'll never find this. No one share this with anyone.
And they never will. They never will.
And they never will. Yeah. So yes, Pokemon Quiz. Here we go, brother. I got a couple questions here. This is probably more, I guess,
What's the name of that?
slightly
Pokemon?
more anime focused than video game focused. So here we go. Let's see. Here is
Why am I a Snorlax?
a couple of questions for you. And the sad part is I think I fucked up and I put the wrong one. All right, well, here we go. On the fly, brother. Here we go.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, that's like a...
Apparently, I saved the wrong link, so here we go. All right, brother. My first question for you. And I have to rephrase these questions. Some of these questions are kind of shitty, so I'm going to rephrase them to make
In
them
the
better.
Orange Islands.
There you go. No. So this is more of a video. This is a video game particular question than it is an anime question. In the Pokédex, what is the first Pokemon in the Pokédex, and what is the first number one Pokemon listed? I can give you a couple multiple choices if you need them. Which is the number one Pokemon entry in that the Pokemon Index.
Pokédex.
Index. I probably have the index. It's too much.
Name of this, like the whole little thing.
Pikachu is a rodent, electric type Pokemon.
And like doesn't, and all I know is that
Or Pokemon.
all I
It
know is that
depends.
some of the entries are kind of dark. The more you read some of those Pokédex entries sometimes,
Hunter will steal your soul in the middle of the night.
and you're like, well, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what now? I'm sorry, what? I want to say off of that, I'm looking at the 3 starters. I think that's how that worked out.
Perhaps.
Now, which one is it, huh?
You know, the sad part is I knew what this answer was. I don't know why I remembered this, but I remember what this answer was. I didn't even need to see the multiple choice. Just to flex apparently in front of you, brother.
Pikachu. That's good.
There's another question. Oh, I'll save that for the next question now.
But again, I know what that. I think I know what that one is.
Okay, curiosity.
I want to say Charmander.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You fool. It's your favorite Pokemon, you bloody fool.
Wait, what?
Bulbasaur is indeed the first Pokemon entry. It is
Yeah,
Bulbasaur
that's
in his
it.
evolutions. Evolutions?
Evolutions.
Swashbuckling. Then Charmander and his evolutions, and then of course Squirtle, the best.
Yeah, no, Squirtle
is the last who gets listed.
Here we go.
But yes, I don't know why, but I do remember.
I wonder which one Ray goes for, folks. Let's find out.
I mean, come on. How many times have I seen Squirtle Squad on this fucking podcast alone? It's kind of fucking obvious.
It's the shades, man. Look at the shades.
Hey, man, there's Gurren Lagann, and there's the people inspired Gurren Lagann, all right? That's what can I say?
Or that's when you're like, I want to get those shades.
There you go.
Kami's like, I saw those shades. I want to get those
All
shades.
right, let's see. I'm going to crank on hardcore one real quick, just as I brought it up. Miles, what number is Pikachu?
25.
Indeed, he is indeed number 25.
Well, I don't know why that's easy.
Why do we remember that? But we fucking remember that.
I don't. I guess like when anything else, like right earlier.
Yeah, you asked me. Yeah, I can tell you the first 9, and then I can tell you Pikachu, and I can tell you Mew and Mewtwo. After that, I am out. I do not remember.
Lapras.
I could probably get within like 10. I could probably get within the like a 10.
I'm assuming
Up,
the way
10 up or 10 down.
It goes away when you go up in the game. So I'm assuming.
Basically, yeah. Basically, if you find them in this section, they're probably going to be the next thing, possibly.
I want to say Pidgey's like 14.
He's something like probably like 10 through 15.
And people get sparrows for some reason.
Yeah, that's a problem. Sparrows are okay, but they're like, nah, dog. Pidgeot.
Look at the Pidgeot, man.
I want me a Pidgeot.
Look how big my boy is over here.
That's the way to go.
He can carry. We can fly away. Yeah. Have you seen a Pokemon? Never a concierge with a big giant Pidgeot? Yeah.
Oh, sign me up. Every time I have to have one. All right, Miles, this is softball for you. What element type is Zapdos?
Electric.
Exactly. I don't know why that's on. It's like just look at him.
Well,
For Christ's sake, it's a big yellow sparky bird. What else can he fucking be?
I mean, I guess argue because the other ones are kind of not that easy to like our Articunas and sound like crap. What's the other one?
Zapdos, Otakuno, and
fire. Why would I say fire? That's not.
I just had it felt
Flamar. No.
It's something dumb. It's like something. It's
Magmar.
No, that's the duck-looking lava guy.
Fuck, what is it?
What is? Oh my goodness! It's something with an F, isn't it?
Flareon. No.
No, maybe.
No, because Flareon. That's a.
What's Flareon?
That's a Eevee. Evolution.
Oh, that is Flareon. Moltres.
Okay.
Moltres. Okay, took me a sec.
All right, that's because. But see,
you're giving me a quiz now.
Like Moltres makes it Moltres motor.
Yeah, right. And that's what you have to think about. What does it play on?
Articuno's like I don't know what the.
I was on Articuno, man. What would you pick, brother? I know we're still getting more tangents here.
Oh, we're in the fun.
Welcome to the main topic of the podcast. Anything goes.
I will
I think I pick Articuno more often
I
than not.
want to say because most of the time I mostly go for I guess I would say Articuno.
Articuno as well.
I never really went for Flame Spice back in the day. You know, maybe for like the occasional like Magmar course and Taurus.
Yeah. I was
you had to have Rapidash. You had to have a Rapidash.
Well, Rapidash. You know, okay, Rapidash is good. I'll give you that. Rapidash is good. Shit. What's the evolved form?
Well, isn't that the evolved form?
No, it is. But I'm thinking my other favorite fire type user Pokemon, and I'm trying to remember what's Growler's.
Oh, Arcanine.
There you go. It's something with an A. That's what it is. Arcanine.
Best boy.
I was saying he's a good boy. He's a good
right
boy.
next to the Pidgeot. There's an Arcanine.
Perhaps maybe I might have had such a team back on my Game Boy days.
Imagine it's like this. You got a bunch of Pokemon. Don't judge me.
Big Pokemon are nice Pokemon. Here you go.
Is he tall? That's a real question.
How big is he though? Yeah. Why am I Snake? This is more of an anime. Here's an anime question for you, Miles. What is the first Pokemon Ash catches? If it helps you, catches in the wild. Because you think I'm trying to be
Pidgey.
Hint for our audio listeners. Perhaps my eyes went a little widened to help my brother out here.
He's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure about that?" Caterpie.
Bingo. He's got it.
I was like, wait.
There was one before.
Yeah, because like there was another.
Exactly. There was another indeed.
Oh, Butterfree. Shout out to Butterfree.
Oh, my fire.
See, there's certain Pokemon. This is a quick tangent to anyway.
Why not?
You know, it's like, you know, there's certain episodes you can't watch, even though we're grown ups. I can't.
Not without a tissue box.
The Pikachu one, no, because I had the sad music playing, and I can't. No, that's no. Is Pikachu gonna leave to go to the wild? Never. No, it's like no, can't watch it. No, that with the sad music, no.
Too much.
No, I can't.
Need my box of tissues and a nice bottle
Dad,
of
why
wine.
are you crying? No reason.
You don't understand. You don't understand. Go to your room.
Dad's having a moment.
There you go. This is another softball and more anime focus. Okay, I guess I'll do it the way the questions form. Complete the line. Team Rocket are
blasting off again.
Yeah, got it. Bingo. I was say repeat the. I'm not sure I could.
They're not the winners.
Speech.
Jesse James.
What? Oh, even I don't know what the whole speech. It's been a long time.
Double trouble. Yes, forever.
Yeah, I feel like someone. If you started,
make
maybe
it trouble. Make it double. Jesse.
Yeah, it's like the end.
Meowth. That's right.
Meowth. That's right.
Those guys.
They did that every single episode. That's one. At least slightly more clever ways to repeat animation and scenes to build up, but it becomes kind of funny, and so much so that now you kind of look forward to it in a weird way.
Not totally bad guys.
Yeah, it's not on the quiz because once again I fucked up and put the wrong quiz apparently. Here's a question for you, Miles. Another anime focused question. How many members are in the Squirtle squad?
5.
Bingo! You got it. It's of course our real Squirtle with the cool shades and our other guys.
And then the other ones have like a little round little shades.
The round. Mm-hmm. You got it. I did see that. It's not on here, but I see that one. And I'm like, it's 5, right? And I saw. I'm like, yeah, I've got it. Give myself a little pat on the back. Yeah, goddamn right. I know my goddamn Squirtle squad.
Now see, right next to the Pidgeot and next to next to Arcanine, then you have the Squirtle one right there to complete the collection.
All right, Miles. That's pretty much the last of my question, but I have this on my head, Miles. This is more anime focus. What is trying to help you out without trying to?
How many badges Gary has?
I'm trying to. Yeah, well, there's that. That's the easy one. There's always the cheesy, cheap Gary O question joke. But I'm gonna go for maybe even an easier.
How many badges did Ash won? None.
Honestly, he's like that's a real honestly he won like maybe half the badges. Half the it's like.
Which badges did he even give away? All of them.
I mean, he kind of beat Brock by hitting the sprinklers too. So there's that.
Pity badges?
There's a decent amount of pity badges. He still never beat Sabrina. Well, he did show back with Haunter. And did he fight real? That was weird how the whole Sabrina thing still freaks me out a little bit. Hold on. Maybe I'm gonna say a phrase like this guy. I can think of another phrase. This is a bit of a trick question. You gotta think bigger box, Miles. Think big box here. What is the lamest and weakest Pokemon?
See, I know it's not that because that's the easy answer.
And it's not based on numbers or stats. I'm being a little sarcastic, a little cheeky here.
Psyduck.
No.
Nah, damn.
You know what the saddest, weakest Pokemon there is, Miles?
What's that?
Fucking Raichu, that little bitch needs all that. He's weak.
Alright, see, I knew it. I don't know why I just saw that coming because like it has to be another. Welcome to here comes the rain rant here about Raichu.
And here comes Pikachu. And he snaps that Raichu in half. He breaks him. He's got nothing. He's weak, Miles.
And Pikachu with a little speech, like it's like you take that stone, you get the.
He's pathetic and weak.
Get the stone,
fat and slow and ugly.
Shut up your ass. Get that stone. Get that the thunderstone out of my face.
Because if I said who's the weakest and shittiest gym leader, you know who it is easily, right? Because he's weak, he relies on little stones for power. We've got more than power here, more than enough to defeat you, Lieutenant Loser Surge. Thank you very much. That's the weakest, most pathetic. Actually, the most pathetic.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Pretty much. That is my slight gag. That
I will break you. I will break you.
I will break you. Pika. Pika, Pika.
Oh. All right, there you go. That's today's rant about Raichu for a hot second.
Fuck you, Raichu.
And then we will now move on to, I guess back to me.
Back to me one more time.
Because also another thing is you played a little bit recently. We're gonna go to Resident Evil 1.
Recently?
Well, maybe recently, like last year, recently.
All right, brother.
All right. So we're gonna do a couple of questions. Here's our. Let's see if we could. No, we're gonna grab some enemies here and see how many Hue numbers. Resident Evil 1's enemies. I guess.
Okay.
Let's see. So let's see. Well, let's start with the easy one here. What is name of the tree that you fight?
Oh, I mean, it's not really. Is he really a tree? It's kind of a tree. It's what number? It's Plant 32.
Oh, it's sorry, Plant 42.
God, something 2. Plant. I got the plant in the 2 right. Damn it. Just use the flamethrower on that fucker.
What are the dog enemies called?
That is the Cerberus.
Yeah, because every dog.
It's a little on the nose, but hey, I remember Greek mythology. I do. You know what the funny part is, crazy, but you don't learn like all these names of these creatures until like the very end of the game before you bump into Wesker.
Let's see. Oh yeah, of course.
I guess you read the manual.
There's my favorite. How many spiders are in the game?
It's just the 2. There's little ones and a slightly bigger one. No?
And that's why we don't play Resident Evil 1.
What their names are? I don't know. Spider 1, Spider A, Spider A, Spider B. There's only like, I think it's like in one section of the game that is like random, like what the fuck, there's spiders now here?
And because of that, I'm out.
There you go. For those reasons, I'm out.
No.
It's fun. I mean, well, I mean, I'm not a big, I was just a big Spider-Man person. We're like, wait, hold a sec. I do like Spider-Man. There's like I said, there's only like 2 rooms.
No.
That just one room's enough, eh?
That's enough.
I mean, they do have sharks, and I'm not a fan of sharks.
Unless I play it and here you handle it from here.
I mean, it's literally like 5 minutes if even that.
No.
Maybe 2.
No.
It's literally like 2 doors, and like literally you get the item and you get the fuck out of there. You don't have to like go back in there.
What enemies allows you to cut off your head?
Hunters.
Yeah, because I know you told me hunters. There's lickers. There's a bunch of.
Oh well, yeah. Lickers are RE2's equivalent of hunters, I guess. I like them. Ooh, that's tough. Do I like hunters or lickers more? That's tough. I think the licker design's a little bit more cooler and weirder, but I like hunters a lot too.
So I guess it's a printer to the GameCube version, I guess.
Okay.
So if if you don't kill the zombies, I guess well enough, and they're still alive, what it become?
They're crimson heads. But the thing is with in the remake is if you don't burn the bodies, they will come back to life. I think it's technically on a timer. I think, and not because I always thought it was based on like a segment of like, oh, you went to the garden house and then you came back. Now they're awake. But I think it's a timer. I think, or it's either like a timer once you kill them, or you first maybe knock them out is the way you should describe it.
Yeah.
Or maybe how many times you open the door they're in that room might be. I don't know. I guess I could Google it, but I don't 100% know. But there is a difference. But yes, in the remake, you have to get the lighter and then burn them up so they don't resurrect later on. And if it's in a more important area of the house where you're gonna go back and forth a lot, you want to make sure you get. And then if you can double stack them. So I suggest if you could stack more than 1 bodies, you can get 2 zombie kills with the amount of one oil fluid versus because the lighter is Chris's lighter, I think. No, it's Barry's lighters in Jill's playthrough.
I guess I found one here because that way speed up a little bit here.
All right.
So what's the name of the final boss?
I mean, does he have a number? I mean, he's just the tyrant.
Yeah, that's correct.
Does he have a number associated with it?
No.
Because technically Nemesis is a tyrant variable or tyrant class. But like he's a particular like special form version to take down stars. So that he is also.
You mean one that got really weird at the end of the remake?
Oh yeah, the whole it gets all Freakazoid all out. Yeah, that happens. And technically even Mr. X is also a tyrant, but he's a smarter tyrant.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's chasing out the whole gosh darn game.
He does chase you out, which instills the mechanic from indeed Resident Evil 3 / Nemesis. Oh well, play the original Nemesis would be my recommendation. The remake, it's okay. All right, Miles. Now it's time for your final pass on the hot seat here. And we're gonna change it up, but not totally change it. Hopefully, I fucking at least got this one right. And instead of the pocket monsters, I will be asking you questions about them digital monsters, because I have a couple Digimon questions up your way, since I know you. All right, so Digimon, here you go. I'm gonna give you a bit. It might be a bit of a softball, but we gotta make sure test. Let everyone else get their listen, tune in to see how confident they are with their Digimon knowledge. All righty, Miles. My first question is who is the 8th Digidestined? I guess I'll help you out. Season 1.
Okay. Kairi.
Bingo is indeed Kairi.
It's
always the sister. Never know. Let me scroll down to where the cheat sheet is so I don't have to go back and forth all the time. Alrighty. Who has the crest of the courage, I guess? Or, crest of the courage is the way to say. Who does that belong to? Big dramatic pause.
I want to say Ty, but I think I'm probably wrong.
You're right, it's Ty. The simplest answer is usually the correct answer. Indeed, he is the wielder of the crest of the courage.
It could be Matt, but I think Matt has the French.
That would be my guess, but I don't know.
I forgot the crest. The crest.
But you're more Digimon person. I remember you were like, back in the day, you were like, yeah, Digimon. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this ain't Pokemon. I guess I want. It's kind of like Pokemon.
Well, it is funny because that caused a lot of rift back in the day. People like,
well, yeah, thinking about console wars back in the 90s. Yeah, either you're a Pokemon person or a Digimon person. I was definitely more of a Pokemon person because the game was slapping back in the day on my Game Boy. So if I had to pick one, but I did dabble in the Digimon.
A lot of Digimon back in the day weren't that great.
Well, that's what the games were. No, I didn't like.
But the newer ones actually are.
Well, that's what I hear. All the detective.
The detective one. You would like detective one because there's a lot. Well, there's a lot of detective work.
I do like detective.
But you do have to. There's a lot of Pokemon shenanigans. Because a lot of you had to put the right stats. That Digivolve, Undigivolve. You got no Digivolving types.
That's the thing. It's like that's where I'm in trouble. Yeah. Here's a real softball one here for you, Miles. Who is Matt's brother?
I don't want to take the Japanese one for a hot second.
I'm looking for English names.
TK.
Indeed, it is indeed TK. And if you're nerdy, you can say the Japanese name, which is something with like it's just the initials, right?
Yeah.
It's like funny, like the English dub, like they
shortened a lot of their names.
Yeah, they did like keep the names, but they just like shortened it to make it easier.
I guess Kairi's still the only one.
But Kairi is still Kairi, which is like, eh?
Yeah, that one mistranslation. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that one. Speaking about Kairi, here's one that like I kind of like. That was my answer, and it shows. Oh, I'm right. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that. And it's a pretty. Once again, these are pretty simple answers. So don't overthink it here, Miles. Because I know I tend to overthink things. So this is my free assist. Why is Tai so protective of Kairi?
She's sickly.
Indeed, she is. She was a very sick
and
child.
Also like little sisters are.
And yeah, it tends to be for debatable if that's good or bad.
Well, because I think she got it's like something to do with the event, and it caused her to be more sick than normal.
That's the one where the Summer Wars guy worked on those episodes. I want to say,
and you can tell the back now. You go back to those episodes, you could tell.
And then he said, I'm going to call it Summer Wars. And then he said that fucking line. I'm going to call it the shittier. What was it called? I forgot what it's called. The shitty.
No.
I like what you just said. I'm like, Vietnam flashbacks.
We don't have time for. We have no time for you to go on your rant.
All right. I'm moving. I'm looking.
I know. Be brave, brother. Be brave. I feel the anger's coming in. You're going Super Saiyan almost for a hot second. There's some flashes here. The ground's starting to rumble around here. We don't have time for that today.
All right. Here we go. Another question here for you, Miles. Which Digimon is Mimi's partner?
Cactusmon.
Simpler version maybe.
Oh,
I'll give you an assist.
Needlema?
You want an assist?
Sure.
Starts with the P.
Oh, gosh.
Palmon.
What am I thinking? Wait,
Mimi's partner.
girl with the
Pink hair, hat,
yeah.
plant-like creature. Palmon.
Palmon?
That's Palmon.
Oh no, I was I know why. I was thinking of champion form.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to give you.
Like hold a sec, wait.
Go back a
no,
step.
I'm not
Go back
wrong.
a step.
I'm not
You're
wrong.
not totally wrong, but we're looking for the original form.
My bad. I'm sorry. We're looking.
All right,
for
this is a no Raichu house. All right, we don't accept Raichus. We accept Pikachus.
I'm sorry. We're looking at the rookie level. My bad. My mistake.
Right. Pikachu is a Pikachu only house. All right.
See, I never this correctly.
You go take your thunder and go shove it up your ass.
There's baby. There's rookie, champion, ultimate, mega. Gosh, what's the last one?
I believe they call that a god card.
You're not wrong. Well, that's another Digimon. It's like.
And he fell for my trap card.
And the main protagonist gets the super one because that's what the main protagonist
does. That's what he's supposed to do. All right, here's something a little bit deep, and even I kind of think about like I think I know what this is, and I think I give myself half credit. What musical instrument is Matt seen playing in the first season?
Harmonica.
Bingo! Well, you were really fast on that one. Damn. Like that was like the trickiest question, yet that's the one that you knew instantly.
I wish I actually think about that. No, slight tangent here. I wish I went back and watched the
remake,
not
the sequel. I guess it's a sequel.
The sequels and also the remake, because the remake.
Wait, there's a Oh, right. Isn't there a remake now?
Yeah, there's a remake now because now the kids have they give the kids cell phone. You know, it's my
part wants to watch it. Part does not want to watch that.
It's totally at the same time, right? So you got like One Piece, huh? The people with One Piece, huh, guys?
There you go.
No, but yeah, because it's Digimon Champions RE. I think that's the new the remake, and then there's Try, which is the one I want to watch. Try in theaters, but then they split up into parts for some weird reason.
Yeah, the anime thing where it's like, oh, I didn't do too well in theaters, so it's now time to repurpose and edit it and slap it for another content. Ain't that right, Demon Slayer?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mugen. You know what the sad part is? Every time I see season 2, I do not think of Mugen Train. Technically, Mugen Train is part of season 2.
Are we season 55?
I prefer the entertainment arc,
according to the Crunchyroll,
not the Red District arc.
No, Crunchyroll never had a goofy season 55. Or
they're always like, when it's like a movie and OVA, it's like, I don't know what season label, like you get some crazy number. Like, why not just like next season or?
Hey, yeah, you got to Keith's close. Like, no, that's right.
Oh yeah, this is opening 72 and a half. Oh,
was it? What was it? So yesterday was it episode 4? Oh, episode.
It's a lovely season.
Opening
get it right? Not opening 61, not 63. Fucking 62, all right? Get your shit together.
For a minute, I thought we were like, oh, okay. And it's funny because you think about like, wait, if I add the number here, oh.
There you go. This is, I guess, the last softball question. These are where Miles is on point instead of the Palmon one. Who is the Digison with blue hair?
Joe.
Indeed, it is Joe.
Joe, the everyday man, Joe.
Every man, Joe.
Poor Joe. He just wants to be a man. Poor Joe's like, I don't know.
He just wants a break.
He just wants a break.
Get out of this nonsense.
Joe's just like the rest of us. I don't want to deal with this shit.
I got time for this bullshit.
I just want to just go home. I just want to go home. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. You know, and then he goes to home like, oh yeah, but then my dad, we got to be what our folks expect us to be, right, guys? My dad's a medic, right, guys?
The jam.
You got to do it, son.
Maybe not just not think about it.
But like, no, you got to do it, son, because you don't, you'll be a disgrace to us all. All right, y'all. This is.
It can be stressful being a child. Yes, indeed. All right, Miles, you did it. You deserve it as well. You've conquered the Digimon quest I give you. You knew it. You're ready. The question is, how well did our listeners do? Hopefully, they did just as well as you did. And I'm surprised. I was surprised how well I did on the Three Houses part as well. I was like, God damn, I'm on fire right now.
Man, the more I think about it, it's like I know there's new Blu-rays are out there now because Discotech bought actually remastered.
Well, it always helps if they actually did more than just slap it on it.
Like, oh wow. But the only downside is that you choose the English dub or you get the Japanese dub.
You have to buy them separate sets.
It's like,
well, you're gonna buy the nostalgia. Personally, I'm gonna buy the nostalgia one.
But I never listened to the Japanese one.
I mean, if you're hardcore, I guess you'd buy it.
You know, it's one that's like,
Which one to buy? Let's just say you buy the original dub, and then when it's on sale, maybe pick up the Japanese one out of curiosity.
I know that one episode when it ties in the real world, they go like, wow, this episode feels a lot There's more money in this episode.
That was very. I don't know why I vividly remember this, but I very remember.
Well, yeah, because we watched it live on TV.
Right.
We watched it on that Saturday morning and kind of like, wow, this.
What the fuck?
Like the budget got bigger all of a sudden,
and just like the art style just changed just a little, just enough to make you feel like something different.
Yeah, one day, because I know this they're going to bring the actual movie here. Now that because the digital movie here,
right,
is basically 3 movies split together to wherever the hell, like Robotech.
I was gonna say, welcome to fucking Robotech.
And now there's that nonsense. We also could bring the original Japanese,
the Japanese version. Boy, as this 90s kids, we sure got some weird shit happening.
And it's like, it's when it's like, I remember that movie, and
I vaguely remember that movie.
And it's like knowing like now, like wait, that was 3 movies.
Now when you realize it's all edited together to form some kind of cohesive quotation mark story.
There's a little OVA here, a little OVA there.
Yeah, a little this, here, a little bit of that.
Matched together, and look, boom.
It's called Robotech.
And yet it worked for some reason.
When you don't know any better, you don't know any better. It's simple as that.
Kids. Content.
It's like I said, the 90s was a wild, wild time.
Yeah, and orange shit's on 4Kids, but it's like, without them out there.
Well, that's what it's a double-edged sword. We love to harass and make fun of 4Kids because the fucking One Piece rap, right? And everything, gotta go fast, right? And everything else in between, right? There's endless ammunition if you want it. But at the same time, it was the 90s. Nobody knew what anime was. There was no Crunchyroll. There was no service to pay for and show up on your TV on HD, crystal clear, no commercials. It had to be broadcast the old-fashioned way. So yes, 4Kids also got us into anime. There's no doubt about that. But we also like to tease it.
And then you get about NT Warrior.
You Nats. That's more of the manga, I guess you could argue.
So I guess now that we're here,
we've conquered, we defeated those evil quizzes.
Yeah, we showed them with 4, and we showed that we are old on this podcast.
Yes, I'm glad we spent our time making sure everyone knows that we're old men.
Welcome to Nostalgia Podcast.
Welcome to the 90s anime podcast, where we talk about all your favorite 90s anime.
Now, excuse me as I get my cane, and I guess. And I guess you're gonna get your stretcher, I guess there, right?
Yeah, and I will be back with my Pokeball to gotta catch them all.
So, I guess tune in next time.
Well, we're talking about more 90s remake games on your PS5.
As we always do on this podcast.
Hey, I don't know. What can I tell you? And hopefully it'll be our full crew. Hopefully we'll have a full lineup next time on the podcast. Yeah. Hopefully me and Miles are.
Well, hopefully we get through.
Won't have to shuffle on the internet for quizzes.
I get through the sewer.
Got to finish and get through those sewers, my Miles. And I have to climb and go further beyond, perhaps, without getting too many spoilers for Miles here.
You gotta get to the anime moment, man.
You gotta get to the hype. The twists and the turns are just around the corner. And the real twists and turns even are in the demo ? I haven't played the demo yet.
That's spoilers.
And then, yeah, it is quite the moment without, once again, gotta choose words carefully. A lot of shit happens.
So until then, we'll catch us up next time.